we record our classes, especially if students are absent. We make a point of recording the session, and we can post a link to that recorded session on our home page. So if a student has missed class today, he or she can either access that class this evening at home, or can, when they go to school the next day, they can access it there. So there are some pretty unique advantages to this type of learning.
Another role that's different and also very interesting is that the e-teacher continues to be a learner as well. And you know, all teachers appreciate the opportunity to continue learning. So we have that opportunity to continue learning about technology, to look at different types of strategies for a second language classroom. We're also learning a lot about the context that our students are working in. In a face-to-face environment, you have, in a certain sense, a very homogeneous group in that they're all coming from the same community context. In an online environment, students are dispersed in many, many places, and their day-to-day reality can differ to a significant degree from one community to the other. And that's been a very interesting dynamic of this experience as well as an e-teacher, to deepen your own understanding of the context that your students have come from.
And as e-teachers, I think we're very conscious of the sense of creating a rapport in our classroom. In a traditional school, the physical presence of people in the room kind of creates a feeling of class and belonging, but in an online learning environment, I think we're a little more conscious of that, and we'll make efforts to try and create a relationship among the students and between ourselves and the students.
There's also the fact that the teacher is available in many ways and much more accessible to the students because you're just an email away. And and there's that anonymity, I think, that students sometimes feel comfortable with as well. There's that face-to-face scenario, I think, can be sometimes somewhat intimidating or unsettling for a student, but having access either through the direct messaging or through email, there's a certain comfort in that. And of course, for all learners now, the comfort level with young people and technology is just so smooth that it's a very natural way for them to communicate with you or to access learning resources. It isn't something at all that poses a problem or a particular challenge for them. The asynchronous classes have a very particular focus. They are addressing skills in listening comprehension, reading comprehension as well, written production many times. So there's a real value to that. However, the importance of the synchronous classes is key from our perspective. Personally, I would appreciate having more synchronous time because it is that opportunity to help the students develop their speaking skills, also their listening comprehension skills in a dynamic environment, not one that they can play and replay, but that they need to stop and ask a question, or they need to ask for clarification if something is not there, that they can practice their pronunciation and have it validated, or perhaps get some advice and direction on it. And to appreciate the exchange that goes on between students on either the topic or the concept. So the synchronous time. And I think that's what the students really enjoy, and I feel that that's where they see their progress happening to a large degree. So I believe that the synchronous time is very, very important. In many cases, asynchronous equals perhaps your traditional perception of what distance learning is, that it's web content perhaps, and it's a very passive kind of rapport that the student has with the content. With CDLI, however, they're, in addition to working on assignments and projects and homework type materials, the students also have access to music, There are also activities that CDLI teachers have built to really target listening comprehension, to work on close testing, to look at addressing vocabulary and music, just to look at what differences there are between Francophone artists and the type of music that they're used to listening to, which ultimately is deepening their understanding of culture as well, which is such an important component of second language learning. And so even in an asynchronous environment, you're really enabling students to deepen that appreciation and understanding of language and culture, which is particularly interesting for us, I think.
If you were to become an e-teacher, I think it's important to turn to your colleagues, to turn to people who've had experience before you, to look for opportunities to collaborate and learn from other people. In my experience this year, that has been essential in ensuring that I've been able to learn what I need to learn and to do my job and feel that I'm able to do it well. So I think the support around you is something you need to look for and need to embrace.
If you're thinking about becoming an online e-teacher, I think it's important to have a very open approach to your teaching, to be excited about the opportunity to change some of your strategies and certainly the delivery of the manner that you teach. It would also be extremely important to have support. We have been very fortunate in that respect, that we have support from a technological side, but also from a professional development side. I think that that's very important as well. But I think more than anything, it's looking forward to a stretch, looking forward to an opportunity that you may not have had before, and it is very satisfying. It's very demanding. There's no denying that. But it is a very satisfying experience to this point.